And Warren, I think you now are going to demonstrate for us one of the Microsoft browsers, aren't you?
I will be talking about that Microsoft Edge Canary, and I have both of them, but I kind of like the Edge, and I like to go ahead and open that up, so we'll look into it.
Folder, Nav Edge Canary. Microsoft Edge First Run Experience. Help improve Microsoft products by sending optional diagnostic data about how you use the browser, websites you visit, and crash reports. Checkbox, checked.
Now, you can uncheck this if you don't want to have that collected.
Not checked.
And then at the bottom right is the confirm.
Confirm, but customize your browsing experience, heading.
So here we hear customize your browsing experience, and here are the things that we find in that customization.
Button, theme, Edge default, button.
So the Edge default, or you could tap in here if you want it light or you want it whatever, you can tap here to go change that look.
Button, new tab page layout, informative, button, new tab page layout, informative.
So you can go change that as well.
Button, tracking prevention, balanced, button.
Right now it's unbalanced. However, you can go in here and change it to what you want, whether you want it extreme protection or whatever you want.
Set up later, button, set up later.
Set up later. I'm going to click on set up later.
Todo, always, expanded.
And here we have the to-do because it's Microsoft.
Set Microsoft Edge as your default browser. Open with Edge always.
And because I don't like setting any browser as my default, I'm going to say, hey, no.
Yes, let's do it. No, thanks, but Edge Canary, account.
All right, here you can choose if you have an account that you want to sync it with, you could do that.
And coronavirus, news and more, heading.
And then here,
Outlook, top site 3 of 7. Button.
You have things like Outlook, Facebook, and all of that.
Shopping, pinned,
and all of that. Now, let's go to the bottom where we have, some tabs. The search bar is at the top, but you have some tabs at the bottom. At the bottom right, we've got
share.
The share.
Disabled. One open tab. Double tap to switch tabs.
Here's the second one to the left of that is the tabs.
Browser menu, button.
Browser menu.
Go forward.
Button. Go forward. Disabled. It's disabled, of course, because I haven't gone to a web page yet.
Go back. Button. Disabled.
Let's go to the browser menu.
Browser menu.
So we got favorites.
History. Items with collections. Downloads.
Downloads.
Item 4, settings. Item 5 of 5.
Settings. We could look at the settings real
browser
quick.
Menu.
These are things you can go in yourself and see how they're laid out.
Settings. Set as default browser. Links will open in Microsoft Edge automatically. Close the banner forever. Button.
You could do that.
Account. Heading. Accounts. Settings. Heading. Privacy and security. Accessibility. General.
I'm not going to talk about the accessibility because it's usually having to do with like fonts and things like that, which is not important to us. However, there's a reader mode here, or read aloud mode. For instance, if you're on a web page and you wanted to get it read aloud or something like that, you could turn that on.
Appearance. New tab page. Set Microsoft Edge as default. About Microsoft. Developer option. Navigate up.
And
button.
That would be what we have in that settings.
Personalize. Coronavirus. Tab.
Now, I want to go to a web page so we could read something. Let's say we want to go to
search or type web address.
blindandroidusers.com, for example.
Voice input.
blindandroidusers.com.
One suggestions found. blindandroidusers.com. Progress. Blind Android users podcast for blind and vis page refreshed.
Okay, so here we are on our blindandroidusers.com webpage.
Welcome to Blind Android Users, heading 1.
And I'm going to go to the menu.
Main menu, but collapsed.
And I'm going to go to our tutorial section.
Home, current about, articles or guides.
Articles
page
or
refreshed,
guides.
70%. Articles or guides blind Android users are page refreshed. Downloading episodes of the blind Android users page
We
refreshed.
tap on downloading episodes from our
21%.
website. Now, here's
Page
what I
refreshed.
like. You could choose to have this part, read aloud if you want to. And to do that, we tap on the browser's menu at the bottom.
Bottom toolbar, heading, browser menu,
Tap here.
favorites,
And we're going to scroll toward the
search right,
bottom and find
voice search,
where it talks about reading aloud.
add to phone, read aloud, item 13 of 17,
Here's
view
read
desktop
aloud.
site, progress bar, 5%, 70%, read aloud pop-up has appeared at the top of the page.
So at the top, we have some additional settings for the reading aloud. And here at the top, we've got
Read aloud go to next, button. Read aloud pause, button. Read aloud go to previous, button. Open read aloud settings, button.
in the settings of the read aloud.
Pop-up window.
Here's what we've got.
Reading speed.
We've got a reading speed.
Slider, 33%. Voice.
And this is where you select the voice. And I think as of now, though, it's only English. I'm not sure.
Drop down list. English, United States. Pop-up window. English, United.
So it depends on the
Pop-up
locale that you're in. It may not show other languages like this right now. It's not showing any other languages besides the English United States.
Reading speed.
I'm going to go back
Progress bar.
and go to the reading.
Refresh. Read aloud play. Downloading episodes of the Blind Android Users Podcast by the Blind Android Users Podcast team as our current podcast host.
Yeah, so
read aloud play.
that is how you read aloud articles using the Microsoft Edge Canary. And it does have a reader mode itself also that you could just have a plain text showing. And so if you want, you could try a different browser like the Microsoft Edge, or you could try a different one, but they're all based on Chrome. So it's just a matter of preference and which one works better for you. And remember, they're all powered by that web view we talked about earlier. And that would be the Microsoft Edge Canary browser.
Thanks, Warren. And just a couple of other things I want to say about navigation before we close the the Android Basics section. I mentioned that if you're using your touchscreen to navigate, you have options for links, controls, and headings. If you go into TalkBack settings, customize menus, and then customize reading options, you can add landmarks to that list. So you can give yourself 4 settings. If you have a hardware keyboard, I don't, but if you do, certainly in Chrome anyway, a whole world of other navigation options open up to you. You can move by the ones I've already mentioned. You can move by button, next and previous button, control, check, combo box, edit field, focused item, list item, and all the rest of it. So if you like using different navigation techniques to navigate your web page, and headings, links, controls, and landmarks aren't going to do it for you, then get yourself a hardware keyboard.